Hey, everybody. We're going to wait for everybody to jump on.
All right.
Let it do its thing and send out the notification. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've been missing my wand, so
Well, I mean, the
I was
wand is a good thing to
unpacking.
have.
Yeah, I was unpacking and I found out, I'm like, perfect. I get to use my wand again. I get to use the wand
I
again.
just got the notification.
Oh, you did? Okay, perfect. So while we waiting for everybody to come in, how was your day?
It felt very Mars and Scorpio. My energy was really interesting, and I just had to take it down. But even in taking it down, it still was like a little,
Yeah, because your energy,
restless.
yeah, you're not like, oh,
Yeah, yeah, it's
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, it's a really interesting energy today.
Yeah. I I actually was productive.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're productive every day.
No. I mean, like unpacking, moving things around.
What I'm about to do though, I'm about to jump and get a sweater because I'm
Okay,
cold.
okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome. I'm on with Kelly Kells tonight. We're going to have some fun. We are going to tap in and check in on you and see how your day was. I don't know if y'all got a chance to take a look at that video that went up this morning, the live energy check-in, where we told you that the moon is now squaring Mars, and the moon is in Leo, and Mars is currently in Scorpio, and Scorpio is at home in Mars. Okay, so we are going to unpack how energy is moving and showing up in your life in real time. So I'm here with Kelly Kelly tonight. Everybody say, "Hey, Kelly." So Kelly, I think we can give a few more minutes so we can let a few more people get
Sorry,
on.
girl.
Get
I needed to get a
comfortable.
sweater.
It was cold.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
keep running hot and cold. It's ridiculous.
We gonna let people get on. Get your wine. Get your water. I got water. Hey Kim. Kim, did you see my message? I sent you a message. I mean, the response to the email. Kim, feel free to get your wine. Get your water. Okay. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Look what jumped out.
Tell me what it says because
It
I
says
can't
it's
read
all
backwards.
karma. It's all karma.
Oh, I'll take
Bottom of
that.
the deck. You deserve the best.
I'll take that.
I'm gonna take that too. All right, y'all. We're just waiting for a few more people to join. Welcome. Come on in. We are checking in. Happy hour. Some people are literally getting off of work now. Some people are 3 hours behind. Some people are maybe an hour ahead or an hour behind. Right? And you're gonna need this information tonight, y'all. Because the energy is already kind of explosive and really? You didn't get it? Let me check, Kim. Hold on. I am going to check. The energy is bubbling and it's going to come to a climax this weekend. Okay, so um, we're going to just get 2 more minutes and then we're going to get started. Okay, 2 more minutes and then we're going to get started. So we're going to start at 8:05 on my end. Okay, because I'm in Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to get 8:05 on my end. All right, everybody, come on in. Jump in the chat and say hey, everybody. Okay. Hold on, Kim. Yep, I did. I responded at 5:50, no, 5:49 p.m. my time, and I'm Eastern Standard Time, Kim. And it's coming from Spiritual Chef. So you may not necessarily see for your inner voice. You may see Spiritual Chef. All right, so Spiritual Chef is me also. Oh, so okay, so you're at 8 o'clock too. All right, so we wait until 8:05 and then we're gonna start. We're gonna kick it off. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I hope you had a wonderful day. I hope you had an amazing day, right? I know the energy was very trying today. I was just asking Kelly how her energy was because she's not all right now. She's like you know, she's not. She's like and I'm feeling like you know.
And I love it.
And I don't know if that's because I'm at home in Mars. So I'm just like, yeah, this is what it is, y'all. Y'all, I could, yeah, I'm feeling good, and I've been working on myself, so I'm not even. dealing with any like personal explosive energy. So I'm really like when I feel it,
Yeah, you in a
dealing with
good
it.
place. You've been handling
Yeah.
things very well. Even when
Yeah.
things come about, you've been handling things really well.
Yeah, So, all right. So, the energy from this morning was very, very just straight on. It talked about don't lie on God. I think was one of the cards, right? And I can't remember the others, but if you have not gotten a chance to check out the morning's energy read, the unpacking session, you need to go ahead and do that. All right, we're going to be doing that in the mornings just so you can know exactly what type of energy you're going to be dealing with. Okay, one more minute and then we're going to get started. Okay, now this is how we're going to do things. We're going to take a look at where the energy was today and piggyback off of that and then kind of speed you guys up of what you can expect coming up to its climax, okay? Or at least coming up to when Mars exits Scorpio and goes into what's after Scorpio? Sagittarius, right? Yeah, exits Scorpio
Mm-hmm.
and goes into Sagittarius, okay? All right, so it's 8:05. We can go ahead and start. Okay, Kelly Kells.
Good evening. Good evening. You know what I realized?
What's that?
That earlier we were on live in this capacity. Hi everyone.
Oh
Hello.
yeah, we were not engaging earlier. I
And
had
so
pre-recorded.
I am literally on the phone that the notes are on.
Okay.
So I can't even regurgitate the word
Okay,
of the
so
day.
how about this, right? Because I don't even know if I don't even know. I remember the word of the day.
I
It
know the
was,
word of the day is ravenous.
yes.
And it's the real fractious energy regarding because it's a square.
Yes. So,
Um it's a square. And the bottom line is just really tumultuous energy, so above, so below. Even in space, what's going on with the asteroids and the planets. I am a astronomy enthusiast and an astrology enthusiast, and they all tie together. And I guess lately too, geophysicist stuff, because I'm
mhm,
really been locked into what's going on above with the 3-eye atlas, and just I'm always curious as to where the placements are, because as as above so below, and people just pay attention between high tides, like the
mhm,
moon have high
mhm,
tide, and we know that, and people can see that, so they know that to be true because they can see it as tangible.
mhm,
But people need to realize all of those things up there
mhm,
have a cause and effect,
mhm,
and generally, from what I've known for the years, is so above, absolutely below. So
mhm,
with me studying astronomy, I know, just like I tell you today, I went outside today. First of all, since Mars and Scorpio, I'm hearing sirens. And I can't pull, I do have the Mars words. This would be a
mhm,
good time to say the Mars word. Oh yes, thank you so much. They're right on top. Okay, I am prepared for that much. These are right on top. um So Mars words specifically. Um, Mars is the asserting planet, and the words with that is courage, focus, physical strength, willpower, independence, conflict, strategy, prowess, weapons. Now, that paired with it's in Scorpio, right? And
and
it's
it's
at
home.
home. Yeah, it's at
Yeah.
home, and
Mhm,
Mars loves to be
mhm,
in deep twisted pinch, can take like your Scorpio peeps could take a fucking lot. Like you could be who you truly are with your Scorpio friend.
yeah.
Everybody needs Scorpio friend because they could take you in your darkness, they could take you in your light, and they're gonna go to that inner investigation. So the Scorpio words, and it's ruled by Mars, so it's like it's at home, sarcastic, vindictive, opinionated, brusque, adversarial, strategic, mystical, sexual, fond of contest.
Okay.
So you mirror this, Scorpio and Mars together. so above, so below. Like it is so crazy outside. People are impatient and everybody wanted there right away. And why you standing on top of me? Just all the little it was little fires everywhere. I was fine. I just navigated,
Well,
and
I
did
don't
my
know because
chores.
your energy is way different from your energy this morning, friend. So let's
Yeah.
get into it because if you can go through the past 9 hours, like I feel like I'm still up here.
And you
But
should
but
be.
but but what I am going to say is I have spent my time at home in quiet today. I have
Hmm.
not been out among people today for people to pull on my energy. Right? You
Yeah,
went out today.
I
So
did.
I'm just gonna. What I want to tap into is exactly that: the shift and the wave that you can go through with this energy. Because this morning, no, you were unpacking this morning. You had your coffee and you was ready. Okay,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
right about now, you're like, all right, y'all. I was around people today, y'all. Like, and can I just say, she got a lot of Scorpio in her chart, so it's
I
not like
do.
she doesn't know how to navigate this energy, right? She has a lot of Scorpio in her chart. So let me just
I
break for
think
you.
that I do is when it get because I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I go outside,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a TV show. Like I know what's up above, and we do what we
Mm-hmm.
did. Even if you look at this morning,
Mm-hmm.
what we did this morning, and
Mm-hmm.
how people can learn to like use what we do for them. It's like in advance what the energy, the temperature is,
Friend,
so
mm-mm.
so
I'm
even
I'm gonna tell you one thing. Let's piggyback because we got to go real thing. You talked about an energy vampire this morning. Did you not run into that energy vampire
I
today?
did on my way out. I absolutely did on my way out. I sure did. I sure did. And I managed it because whenever I run into the energy vampire, hey, Tashlin,
Hey, Miss T.
um, so when I do run into it, I do a good job in navigating, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But yeah, I did run into the weirdo energy vampire today. I absolutely did. Yeah, I did. But I don't want to assign that to my energy. It's just a lot going on, and and I could feel it. It's just very tumultuous. So this is just like me chill mode. Like I could be like, can you believe? Like I could go white Deb. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's that much shit going on. You know what I mean? Or for me, I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm fine whatever what. Like I'm just like navigate. It's like all it's little fires everywhere. Outside it was literally little fires
fires
everywhere.
everywhere.
And I'm
Okay.
just seeing it like, oof, ooh, it's like I was on a football field. Like you don't do sports, but literally just pardon me, going outside to run my errands today. It
Mm-hmm.
was so fractious and kinetic, the energy that I saw it. I was just like, what? Like,
I
why
did
are
not.
people,
I
and
did
I was
not
like, why
interact
are
with her.
people
Yeah.
even acting like that?
Well, we know why.
Oh yeah, I knew why, and that's why
The
I'm like, let
moon
me,
is in Leo, so everybody's in that me, 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 me,
yeah,
me,
see
me, me,
me,
which
me,
is
it's my
nothing wrong
way.
with that. Yeah, there's
You
nothing
know,
wrong with that, right? But with the square in Mars in Scorpio, and I want to pinpoint some things too, because I want to talk about the two-sided because one of the things that's going to be happening in this quasi era is that you're not going to be able to really read astrology anymore like 12 signs. It has to be like their partner, right? So you're going to
hmm
have to pay attention to the opposite side of the
and
coin,
you've been saying that, yeah.
right? So even if we're taking a look, like say at it's kind of like because each sign balance each other. You have the masculine aspect of the sign and you have the feminine aspect of the sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really wanted to get out this point, and if you can intuitively, because I know you don't have the notes, right? But if you can intuitively, like, let's tap into in real time how this is going to play out in people's life because it is explosive energy. People are standing on energy right now where they're wrong and strong, and
Oh,
they're cutting
absolutely.
off their nose to spite their face. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
people are standing in energy right now where they're not necessarily looking at what they did in the situation. They're
Mhm.
more so looking at how they may have been offended, right?
Or how they
How
didn't get what they wanted.
what yeah, when they're not getting
Period.
what they want,
Yeah,
okay?
like
And and something little has the potential in this energy to turn into something big if you're not
That's what
careful.
Mars is.
Okay,
Mars
yes,
is
that
right.
explosive
It's gonna
and
set it
yes,
off.
okay.
And Scorpio's here for it. It's at
Oh yeah,
home in
and
that
Scorpio
energy.
is here to match that energy.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
and we
very at
kind of
home.
felt that a couple of days ago. I think the energy in the atmosphere was you can keep that same energy.
Mhm.
You really can keep that
Mhm.
same energy, right?
Mhm.
So as we're leading up to, I want to say the weekend because I know you had some very specific dates when we were unpacking the
Yeah, I'm
19th that
very
you might start
concerned, and I
that.
really want to get into it more later in the week. Cause what's today? Wednesday.
Yes.
I absolutely want to have a talk on Friday, probably
Hmm.
in the morning and in the evening. I probably want to devote time to the people that's going out because I'm the political wing of this situation.
Yeah.
Unapologetically, I am the political
And I
wing.
would break it down
And I just
esoterically.
want to talk to the people, that are going out um, to fight for democracy in their own way over this weekend with the No King's Day all over the United States and places, and with that Mars and Scorpio energy, and with the current climate that's happening now. I just want people to think smart. This is not 1968, and it doesn't have to be again. You could Google social unrest of 1968 if you want a reference as to what I'm speaking about. But on Friday, I'm really going to get into that. But I just want people to be safe and just think smart and not Groundhog's Day. This does not have to be 1968. You can do your part to fight for democracy and be smart, and just don't do what is expected of you. So I really want to talk about that, but closer to like I want to hit it. Those are the topics I want to discuss on Friday in the morning and in the evening because I want to get closer to the energy because we're going to be closer to the Innergetic degree.
We're gonna be halfway through the analytic degree by then. Yeah,
Because it was
but
at 23 at the top of the week, right?
mm-mm,
So
no,
it wasn't at 23 at the top of the
mm-mm,
week. What
no.
was it?
No, that remember that whatever that was, they were not posting the right thing. Remember, we did two double checks. I checked with AstroSeek and what's the other one that I used? Time Passage.
Well,
Yeah,
I know it's coming.
yeah.
I
So
know it's coming, and so
it's gonna peak on the 18th, and then it's gonna explode around Halloween Day,
Halloween, Day of the Dead.
coming into whatever election.
Day of the Dead. So Day of the
Yeah.
Dead. So when we
Uh,
say Halloween, I'm not a Halloween celebrator, but in different cultures, that's a really spiritual, Day of the Dead, for our Hispanic, Latino brother and sisters. Very big ritual honoring the dead. Even my niece Tamia, she learned about it in high school in Los Angeles, and she still does it, which I think is so cool. It's so cute. She got really excited about it. Like she never cared about things like that in
I gotta
Chicago.
I gotta, and I'll probably do this in another video. I'm gonna come back and tell you why that, because that's a portal, y'all. That's why that's so important. You can find that also in the heavens as above, right? So I'm gonna have to do some work to tell y'all exactly what transits are happening because this happens every year.
Hmm.
And
And it's
and
a
I see
huge.
it.
It's so huge. It's
So
really heavy. It's heavy spiritually. It's not just, for
yeah,
costume. There's a lot of cultures that have a lot of very important rituals during the Diwali, I think is at that time. I don't want to be wrong and I can't Google
every
anything.
culture has a different
Yeah.
name, but it's the same energy, right?
Mhm.
Just
Mhm.
being expressed differently through different cultures. I
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
don't remember off of the top of my head what the transits are, so I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't want to be wrong. Now,
But we can put a pin in that and maybe talk about
until
that more on Friday.
Friday,
But I
I
really want
can't
to
I
speak
can't
about
see
that
any I can't see any of the what you call it
chat.
chat.
I could see Tosh Lynn said greetings all. I could
Okay.
see a little bit at the bottom.
Okay, because and it seems like it's a delay because when you said hi to her, when you
Mhm.
said hi to Miss T, I didn't see it until maybe like 10 seconds later. So I don't know if my I don't know what's going on. Okay, so let me just start breaking some stuff down, and then we can get into this. I know Kelly is on mellow vibe. She's been
I'm
feeling
here.
stuff
I'm
from
here. I'm
since.
here. I'm here.
No, but you've been feeling this from since this morning. You've been feeling things that's not necessarily happening here, but all over the world.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
let me just break some stuff down so you guys can kind of get the energy that
Oh,
you
and
need.
that could be that too. Cause
Yeah,
it's a
because
very
that was
like I
heavy.
had to tune out. Like so I don't
Hmm.
even I
And I had
just
to actually stop you
I put
from.
a toe in and I was like, oh my God, and I really just shut it, I came
I
out of it, so
I can't. I
I do
can't even. I
have
don't even
sympathies
wanna.
and love.
Yeah, that's all I can do is I can send and I can see and send out and be a part of all of the goodness, the love, and the compassion in the world, right? So I can take that energy and I can direct it somewhere
Yeah,
else, which
yep,
is what
yep.
you're gonna have to learn to do in
Yeah,
this
that's what
energy,
yeah. And I
right?
generally do, but
Yeah.
on days like this, just must be really I'm not going to diminish it. It must be really, a pretty serious
It's a lot
day.
of people crying out. That's what you're feeling.
Yeah,
You've been
yeah,
impacted. You can feel a lot of people
yeah.
crying out. And not only that, because of, and think about it too, because of where the moon is right now, you have everybody calling out, not just for other people, but for themselves. So if you're tapping
Mhm,
in, you
mhm,
can feel
mhm.
every personal pain from different people, pleading for their own, whatever they got going on. Okay.
And the nastiness, I can feel the intention, the nasty. I can feel the diabolical.
And
What's
Flip,
been
I'm
on the
gonna tell you,
surface
see,
for
that's
me
that
is
earth shit. See,
I'm
I'm telling
hyper.
you,
Yeah, I can feel the bot. I can feel not the bots because the bots is fun sometimes. I can feel
the
the
diabolical.
yeah, like the ill will. That's the word. The ill will
I
and the deceit. I can just is a mile away. I
That
can
is
just
exactly why I do not. So I'm gonna tell you my method to keep myself grounded from imbalance there, right? I pay very close attention to what I'm putting in my ears the first thing in the morning, right? So I'm not gonna jump up and put on something the first thing in the morning that's gonna set my tone or my vibration. Just give me anxiety, right?
mhm, mhm,
Because I've done that before. So I had to learn, and especially within this past year, I
mhm,
had to learn of ways to begin to control my nervous system. So one of the things that you can do is put on something positive in the morning, right? I know this is when Kelly gets up and she watches all of her check-in with Stephon Burns and she, her astrology. Like this is what she does. Okay, that's her first routine in the morning before we even speak. She's going on the list and getting in her
I gotta know where I gotta get in my bag. I gotta get into
you
Stefan
know,
Burns, shout out. And you know, I claim I'm an enthusiast. I don't claim to be a scholar or whatever or anything. I am an enthusiast and I'll deep dive through brilliant people. And I'll always credit them here. Stefan Burns, if you want to know what the planet is doing and what's going on with the earth and geophysicist stuff, that is relatable, that you can get a globe and it's real. It's real as
mhm.
science, the things that's happening to this earth. I'm so earthy, I got a pillow globe and
Right.
I have to refer to it often. So, he's going to tell me what's going on. And then I'm going to go over to Steve Judd and he's going to tell what the planets is doing. And he gives you a positive spin on even at an analytic degree. He
Mhm.
going to let you know how that analytic degree, how you can work it for the good, how you can get it good.
And
So
and,
I'm
and
going to find out, everything
yeah.
so I can know the course because I know what I feel. And that's kind of like it's like my compass. Like I got to
Mhm.
know like what it's like
What's going
and also
on?
can
So
take my
yeah.
cues from the environment. If the
Mhm.
birds are singing, whatever, or is it sirens?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
yesterday, like 2 days ago, or I don't know, was that yesterday? I was on the phone with you and I was like, girl,
Mhm. There was a
it's
lot of.
constant sirens
Mhm.
like COVID again, like constant. And when it wasn't a siren, it was church bells. And I really never heard church. I was like, where is the church with the bells? Like, I've been living here
Mhm.
since 2016 and I haven't heard church bells, rings. It was sirens, church bells. So I was like, it's truly the duality. Like, it's the chaos. And then doom, doom, doom. Like, it's like a reminder, like, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So it's just really interesting, especially here in New York City. I'm in New York.
Yeah. I'm in the South, so I just go out in the backyard and sit next to my three tree and call it a day.
Girl,
I mean, I'm being
my
honest,
brother house
right?
in Alabama is looking good. That back
And
screened in porch
now,
and yard
because
was very nice. It was super nice.
what I am very aware of in this era that we're in, the quasi era that we're in, I'm very aware that my energy is currency, right? I'm very aware of what I give my attention to, is what I am literally growing and fostering, right? So I was watching something the other day, and it was really inspiring because I like to tap into people. Well, let me just put it this way. I like when I find people on the internet, that the frequency matches my frequency, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Who you gravitate to.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. And I was watching something with Sean, what is his name? Shaman Derek, I think is his
Mhm.
name.
Mhm.
And just even closing my eyes and being in his energy field, that man has so much wonderful energy.
I know
I
you
mean, he
really
has,
like him. You like him
yeah,
a lot.
I mean, he has, because I would even, yeah, he has very, very beautiful energy and very pure energy. And I think that's what I resonate with, the pureness of the energy, like the intention to really help people is pure. It's not a gimmick, you understand? And the gift, I think, is powerful too. His gifts are
Yeah.
powerful,
I
okay?
used to look at him, and then it was a kerfluffle, and I just don't do well with kerfluffles,
Yeah.
and then I just didn't come back after the kerfluffle.
Yeah, I still think even after the kerfluffle, he's just sharpened. He's
Okay,
just
nice.
fine
That's
tuned.
good. That's
You
good.
understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's,
Yeah.
yeah. So let me tell you some things that you need to pay attention to in this energy. Okay,
Yes,
some of the
please.
things that you're going to have to pay attention to in this energy is retro karma, because everything that's happening now is karma. Okay, and let me break karma down for you so we can take away the myths. We're going to demystify karma. Karma is simply cause and effect. If you do this, this is going to be the effect of. Okay, so that's the effect of this. All right, so you need to know that
And
when you
another
think,
is that what we also call recompense?
yeah. So recompense will be the effect of the cause.
Mhm.
You understand
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
recompense is going to be the effect of the cause. So
Mhm. Mhm.
there's nothing ever. It's kind of like what do
You
they
always
call
say the
it?
universe don't do blind
It
justice.
does
You
not do
always
blind
say that. I
justice.
could be fired up and like, oh my
It
God, girl.
doesn't
And
do
you be
blind
like, girl, you be
justice.
so calm. Universe don't do blind
It
justice, girl.
doesn't.
And I just be like, I need it now.
Mhm.
But
And
you
she's
be like,
earthy, and I would,
I'm
and
not vengeful though. You can say I don't
oh
think I'm
no, oh
revengeful. I'm not
honey,
revengeful. I can wait. I'm patient.
oh
I'll
no,
be
no,
like, oh
no.
no.
But that's the waiting part, is that's the Scorpio energy, it's not the Capricorn energy,
Yeah,
because the
like
Capricorn is
I
ready to
can
fall
wait. I'll
asleep,
be like,
right? But this is
you
what
gonna
I'm learning in
this
this
me
journey.
you gonna remember me. That's all my energy. Like you gonna remember me.
What did I tell you the other day? I was like, I know when I step in people's life, there's
And
change.
that's facts.
I
That's
know
true.
there's
You
change. The
changed my
question
life.
is, what type of change are you open for? You open for positive change, or you open for negative change? The experience is yours to have, right? But I always show up in a place of love and genuinely trying to help people. And I'm also learning that the person that you are a year ago is not necessarily the person that you are now, right?
Hope
I don't
not.
want to get too far off of cause and effect though, because this is really
Okay, that's not.
important. Okay. Um, and look at what's at the bottom of the deck again, y'all.
I can't read backwards. Tell
Use
you
your
gotta
magic.
always tell me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can never read.
I
I'm
did
sorry.
okay.
Maybe that's
Um,
my
and
you
it's
know
not okay. I didn't even. I think you
that
got to
could
close
just
it
be
upside
my
down
silly
instead.
brain.
It is saying use your magic. It's the same energy from yesterday. And use your magic means you're gonna have to allow yourself to pay attention to your emotions as indicators. You cannot allow yourself to be triggered. I had a conversation with a girl the other day, um, and we were talking about something that we saw on one of these shows, right? And in the show, she was saying, "Do you even realize that such and such, when such and such had done all of this stuff for them, they had the nerve to be nasty to them, like when they got their own, when they felt like they didn't need them anymore, you know?
Hmm.
Um, and where is the sympathy for what I'm going through after I've been there for you all this time, right?
Hmm.
So the circle back that we were coming to, and I said to her, everybody has the right to say no. Everybody has a right to say no. And she paused when she said, "Oh, so you mean I can say no too? Oh, so I can say no too." But I'm gonna say that she didn't say, but it
I
was like,
know.
oh, say it was like, oh, that's all. Like, say no more, say no more. And she's been exercising her nose.
And I know who you're talking about, and that's not an easy place for them,
It's yeah.
especially in this scenario, because it's not an easy
It's
place for
not.
me. And
It's not.
I didn't even go through the same process that y'all went through. But that right there, that's the Achilles heel. Like these kids,
But
these damn kids.
I will say this, okay? And it's not even kids only. It's partners, right? It's not only even kids. It's partners, and for some people, it's siblings, right? So it's not just kids. It's people. Period. There is an energy out here of entitlement right
Oh
now,
God, yeah,
okay? And
yeah. I
it's
had
not
it.
just
Yeah,
happening
yeah,
with people that
yeah.
have kids. It's not. It's happening with anybody right now, right? That's not necessarily doing the work to look at the role that they play in things. They're not looking at the cause and why the effect is
They're not seeing
happening.
themselves. There's a
They're
huge
not
lack of
seeing
self
themselves,
awareness.
right? They're not. They're not seeing
Even
themselves.
in the
So
world, there's a huge lack of self awareness. In the world, like
there is a
a
huge
lot of
lack of
this
self
pain,
awareness.
a lot of this pain that people are going through is self imposed.
Yep, it is. Which leads me into my note that I write. You're gonna have to find your happy space in this energy because it's
And you're
not
gonna
gonna
have
be
to take
given
it,
to
and you're
you.
gonna have to take accountability. You can't
Yeah.
bury your hand in the stand for the
Mhm.
situation that you're the
No.
common denominator.
Nope.
That's just not. Then you're gonna 51st date yourself.
Nope. You do not. You have to take accountability even when you get mad at somebody.
You got to have those tough comments. Like people
Yep.
don't have. I'm a huge proponent that even adults, and I know them, and I love them. They don't have conflict resolution.
I don't.
Can't nobody had a hard conversation. People tell us a lot of people that they just cannot have those tough conversations.
I'm going to say this, right? And this is not. This is where as above comes in
Hmm.
because a lot of people are being affected by the energy, right? But because it was deemed evil or the devil, and you can't pay attention to this, and there's so much mix and so much different. A lot of people are not even noticing that there's a lot going on here energetically that's affecting you energetically, right? So it's kind of like you're closed off to the veil,
And it's
right?
also too, I have to be mindful of like people are not even aware of, and we don't have to go down this web now. This a whole nother conversation, and maybe on your higher level, on your Patreon, because everything ain't free, because everybody don't want it. So people that want it will invest in it, and it's worth it. They're not even. I'm just reminded of the solar flares that's hitting us on
I
top of
feel that
Mars and
all the way
Scorpio,
in my
and that's probably
body.
what I am doing. That's what I feel like I could
Remember,
do today.
and I'm sure if we look
We
back
was
maybe
both
to 2 days
exhausted
ago,
yesterday,
yeah,
and it's
was it?
big time now. We were
Mhm.
both
Yeah,
exhausted yesterday, like
yeah,
exhausted yesterday.
yeah, yeah.
So and I was even I'm still
Oh,
tired.
I'm gonna write that down. Solar flare.
Yeah, they're hitting us
Yeah,
hard right now.
I'm gonna look at that. Okay. So I really want to tap in to give people some right now um, because I kind of feel like that, leading up from this morning, even having to go out and interact with people. If you're an empath, you may
Hmm.
have come home a little drained today. You know, you may have been in energy today where you could have felt other people's projection, right? You may have been in a place where you were just not dealing with your own stuff, but you're the person that everybody calls, right? You're the person that everybody calls. So you're not just dealing with your stuff, you're also having to unpack other people's things with them, right? Oh. You know who's another person if you and it just popped up on my screen, so let me write that down. Um
What?
Seven Beaumont. I love Seven Beaumont.
Oh, yeah, you do.
He's such an intelligent mind. But something just popped up on my screen, so I just okay. So back to what I'm saying, you're gonna have to be able to find your happy place in this energy. Okay, your happy place, you're gonna have to be able to find that in this energy. You, as an empath, have to be able to learn that although there's all this stuff going on externally, you're going to have to learn how to filter and navigate. And we talked about vetting things yesterday, right? We talked about being able to vet people, vet the
Yeah.
energy when you walk into a building, vet the energy even before a phone call, you answer a phone call, you're going to have to vet the energy, right? People are not doing well in this energy. People are not only not taking accountability and not taking responsibility, but they're also projecting, right? And I want to say this square, or even Mars in Scorpio leading up to the Energetic degree, and leading up to Halloween and what that means. Let me just say this, okay? Um, Pick your battles.
The Enneagram degree is a sign of detriment. It's a sign of snapping and breaking. Sorry that I didn't preference that with people who will look at this and like, what's the Enneagram degree? The Enneagram degree is 29 degree. When the sign is at 29 degree of any sign, 29 degrees is considered the Enneagram degree. It's the breaking.
The
Uh,
breaking,
okay,
yeah.
keep going because we keep saying the Enneagram
Yeah.
degree.
So,
Any
um,
planet at 29 and Google everything. We have so much technology now. Guys, get your notebooks out. Google 29
study.
degree. Yeah,
Yeah.
29 degrees so you can know when a day or you look at the planets or something or we mention that something is at 29 or at the Enneagram degree. That's a crisis
That means
point.
it's just, yeah, it's an explosive point, it's a crisis point, depending on what sign it's in. It can be a crisis point, or it can be something with the earth, right? Depending on where it is,
But
right?
it's
Right.
something gonna happen. It's not
Something's
the
gonna happen,
yeah,
right? Okay. And because we're
and
talking
it's an
about
ending.
yeah, it's an ending and it's transiting from one position or one sign into a next, okay? So usually depending on the sign it'll be like kiss my ass as an exit.
Yeah.
It just depending on what it is. And something else came out here. It says protect your energy. Pick your battles in this energy. You do not want to get into a space where you're dealing with retro karma, because some people are going to be dealing with retro karma. And let me just explain to you what retro karma is, okay? Some people are now experiencing, and I'm going to tell you what karma is again. Karma is cause and effect, okay? So nobody gets away with anything. So you can't treat somebody like shit and then think that you're going to sleep in a bed of roses. It don't work like that. Let me give you a real time example, right? Before you left the house, you done cursed out your wife, you done cursed out your husband, you done cursed out the kids, and you go to the coffee shop at Starbucks, and then the cashier at the Starbucks done curse you out. And now you mad and want to know she not professional, she is work, why she treating you like that, but you have not just taken heed that you just did the same thing maybe 30 minutes ago in the house. That's what we're calling karma. That's a cause and effect. The energy that you lead with is the energy that's going to be presented to you. So that's why we had a couple of days that will keep that same energy, because we're in the quasi hour. Whatever energy you come in with is what's going to be matched.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's going to be matched. All right. So
Because and if I could say because everybody's going through something, so the pleasantries and the patience and it just like everybody's adulting. So the projection and the lack of self-aware, people just can't take it because everyone has their own load to bear. So like we're in different times as far as how people are even looking at themselves and how we all deal with each other and ourselves. Like life is literally lifing for everyone, so it's like nobody can be put upon. No one can be taken advantage. Like everything is like at the surface, especially with Mars and Scorpio. Can't nobody take shit.
mhm,
Can't take
mhm,
shit. Can't take
mhm.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm over here personally navigating my own universe. You know me, no ripples in my pond. You know what I'm saying? And my dog is dead. So I'm really over here
Mhm.
in my canoe, in my pond, no ripples, so when somebody projecting or whatever, I ain't got no space for it, and nobody does.
And yeah, and can I just say that, Kim, that is not good, and that is what I am here to bring attention to with your nervous
Because we
system.
want you to thrive.
Right? You should not be living in survivor's mode. Survivor's mode means that you're living on high stress. Survivor's mode means that you do not have control of your nervous system. Your nervous system controls pretty much everything in the body. Okay, so a lot of people are also dealing with all types of heart issues and body ailments, right? And you're going to the doctor, right? And you get this medication, but that medication still don't work, right? And I went through this in how to heal your nervous system, right? You should not be living in survival mode. You should not. Survival mode means that you're always on guard. You can't relax. There's no, you always got to stay alert. You can't relax. You cannot heal yourself like that. You cannot be creative like that. You cannot really receive love like that,
And then
because
make your
Kim say you're
cortisol
not
is
being
very
good.
high.
Uh-huh.
Your
Yeah, Kim, I'm
cortisols.
with you, Kim. Okay. This is not a time for you to be and I'm gonna say this because I felt this energy come in last year. Last year, on the eclipse that collapsed, where I had to start over from everything, the energy that came in was you needed to learn how to be your own best friend, right? And now that I'm sitting here and I'm talking about it, at that point, because I was in survivor's mode last year at that time, I was in high level stress survivor's mode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, y'all. Okay. And I'm talking about my livelihood, everything. Okay. And I had to start over. Okay. Everything. So I was living in survivor's mode just a year ago. Okay. Now, what I learned there is this. The message came through from my spirit guides that you have to learn to be your own best friend. That's the energy that's on the earth right now. People need to learn to be their own best friend, right? Now, let's talk about what a best friend is, right? A best friend is someone that you share all your secrets with. A best friend is somebody that you can call when you need support. A best friend is somebody that loves you unconditionally. A best friend is someone that shows up for you when you need it, right? Then the question that then becomes, are you even giving these things to yourself that you give to your best friend? Are you giving these things to yourself? And at that point in time, no, I wasn't. Like I remember even at that point, I was in the thick of it. And Kelly was also going through her own shit. Because I remember you had relocated around that time. You had relocated back to
Chicago.
Chicago. And we didn't speak for like 3 weeks, and we are used to speaking every day. And y'all, I had a temper tantrum because I needed my friend. She was not there, you know. And let me just tell this story in context, okay? My archetype is fixed. We should not change the schedule, okay? And if you're going to change the schedule, I'm gonna need at least 24 to 48 hours in advance, okay?
Oh my
You just don't go
gosh.
ahead and change the schedule and not let me know that we changed the schedule. And then I had no warning, no signs that the schedule was changed for three
I ain't
weeks.
either.
For 3 weeks, okay?
I didn't
So for
either.
3 weeks we did not speak. All I know is that my best friend got on the plane to go to Chicago in the morning, and then I hear again I hear from her for 3 weeks. Okay, now I gave her a day, y'all.
I did
Okay,
start a job
okay,
that
she
I had
she
never
relocated
done
for a
before.
job. Okay, yeah, so okay, planning to move back. She's from Chicago. Okay, I gave her 24 hours. Okay, she got the dog. She got David. I'm gonna give her 24 hours. Okay, I gave her 24 hours, y'all. Then 48 hours came in. Wait, I noticed. I know she not. She know I'm going through shit. Like, how's she not gonna check in? And not only does she know I'm going through shit, she know yesterday was like a really, really, really hard day. How's she not gonna check in? I think it was 72 hours in my eyes. Yes, tail up Scorpio. I am very disappointed. I don't even remember what I said. I think
Oh,
I'm
honey, that
very.
was such an emotional. It was so. I was just like, I cannot believe this.
I gave her 3 days. I didn't hear from her for 3 days, and then after I sent that text message, she responded. She did, and I was in my feelings, so I didn't even care for like a day. Okay, I didn't even care for a day. No, because you could have at least texted me to let me know you landed. I didn't even know she landed or when she landed. I was all in my feelings, right? And then I want to say maybe a week after. I'm gonna say a week because I was in my feelings for a while, right? And I was also learning how to be my own best friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was also learning how to be my own best friend because one of the things you're gonna understand in this journey is that the universe will get you, and it will pull you in, and it would be like, "Oh, you talking all of that shit, but what about you? You talking all that shit, but what about you? Are you your own best friend? Are you supporting yourself right now? Are you supporting yourself right now? Are you loving on yourself right now? Or you over here replaying in your mind how somebody took advantage of you and betrayed you? Do you not see yourself in none of this? Maybe you was a little naive. Maybe that red flag where you thought maybe that was a wound and trauma. That person was being conniving and manipulative. Like I had to go through all of these things. Oh, you telling yourself that you're not worthy of love, but oh no, that's a lie. Have you been lying to yourself? Do you lie to yourself? Because best friends don't lie to each other, right? Real best friends don't lie to each other. Like the universe took me through this cycle of you're expecting somebody else to show up for you in your time of crisis, but you're not even showing up for yourself in your time of crisis emotionally. Okay. And then within that 3 weeks that I didn't speak to her, I had to literally learn. And let me pause here, right? Because I still had Danielle. So it's not like I didn't have people. Danielle was still, I still had Danielle. I still had Tanya, and I still had my mama and Kelly. So these four women. But Kelly changed her routine. Now I was down to three, right? And I was going through so much that I was like rotating the cycles of who I would call at what time of the day because I couldn't speak for 2 months. And everybody in my life knew in my life. Because what those four women did was also not just point out to me, oh, that was fucked up, but also pointed out to me, well, dialogue, right? Conversations that my friends wanted to have with me at that time, but I was not in the place to receive that, right? Because I can get like that. I can get very determined. If this is what I feel like I'm going to do, I really, you can say it, and I'm gonna let you say it I'm gonna let you say it a few times, right? But once I feel like I've heard it enough, Kelly knows. She's like, you have these words. I have these phrases that I say.
I will not. That one, and I'ma be me. That means shut the fuck up. Stand down. And I generally shut the fuck
Uh
up and
huh.
stand
Uh
down.
huh. Uh
Unless
huh.
it's the kids, I'll push a little bit more. If it's with the boys, Auntie will take the jabs for the boys. Like, should we think about it this way? Should we like take a beat? Should we, like if it's the boys, I'll go past a little bit. But the I will not, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be me. That means for me to shut the fuck up sooner than later,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
and I do.
Yeah, she was
Because then
just
she
telling me.
always
Yeah,
come around. You're
I
always gonna
do.
come around. We're gonna unpack.
We're
Just
gonna
in that
unpack.
moment, no, leave me alone.
Yeah, yeah. In that moment, I have made a decision. There's no trying to pull me to the other side because I usually can get to the other side.
You
I
will.
usually can get to
You
the
get
other
there.
side.
You
Yeah,
will get
yeah.
there. But you
You
can't
know,
get jolted to the other
I no,
side. Then you get
no.
animal in the corner and you better
Yeah,
watch the fuck
yeah. I
out.
will
Like
sting you.
you
I will
get
sting
cat
you.
in the bathtub.
Yeah, that is not good. I will.
I
But
don't
I
know if you
know
ever.
that about
I don't
myself.
know if you ever tried to put a cat in the bathtub,
Cats don't like water.
baby.
Yeah,
You're gonna get ravaged.
yeah. No, it's energy where you need to be able to learn you and love you because you've changed. You're not the person that you were 5 years ago. You're not the person that you were pre-COVID. You're not even the person that you were post-COVID. You're
You know,
not.
I was talking to my sister today, and we were talking about a situation that I normally would have pounced on and tried to take it over, and it could have literally taken me over because I've done it before, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
And
take
we
my allergy pills,
no,
guys.
no, that's fine. And we're talking, and I'm like, we're just going back and forth about a situation that I would have normally jumped all over and
Mm-hmm.
been all over it. And I was 1,000% honest. I was like, I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm really keeping my universe afloat, and it would be selfish of me. It will literally take me under. Like
Yeah.
I can't be in the mode to save anything. Like I'm really, maintaining
And
myself.
and let's talk about that for a second, right? Because with this retro, oh, and I don't know if I explained retro karma because I think I went off on a tangent, right? With this retro
But you did.
karma,
You did.
retro karma is not just karma from today, right? It's all karma is can be karma from today, right? Because it's all karma. This would be the karma from today or the cause and effect of the day, right? But retro karma would be years or months of maybe taking
Thinking.
advantage of
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
running schemes on
The way
people,
you move.
the way you move, right? So
Yeah.
we're in the energy of retro karma right now, right? Now, let me also say this too, because karma doesn't really do good or bad. Karma is just going to give you back the energy you put out,
It's a
right?
mirror.
It's going to be a mirror,
The
right?
plate you serve will be
Is
the plate that you eat.
exactly. So this can be good for some people
Mm-hmm.
because you spent years giving to people. You spent years being kind and compassion. You spent years being the one to hold your hand out in love. You spent years giving people when people didn't give back. So just know everything that you planted that you felt like you didn't get back when you should have gotten it back from this person and this person didn't give it, you're gonna get it back, but it may not come from the source that you think is gonna come back. So, however you plan on the side of retro karma, aka cause and effect, okay, whether you put out positive things into the world or whether you put out negative things or indifference, or strife or whatever you put out, it's harvest time.
Mm-hmm.
And let me explain something about harvest time. In harvest time, you're not just eating it, right? So harvest time, you got to go out, you got to pick the fruit. So guess what? Fruits are being picked right now. That's why you're seeing some people's shit fall like dominoes because the fruits are being picked.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got to pick the fruit. Now we got to cook the fruit. So some people not even cooked yet. You're just being plucked. Your shit hasn't even hit the fan yet.
Uh-huh.
It hasn't even hit the fan yet, right?
Yep.
You're going to see after the what is it the winter what do they call it?
Solstice.
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
After winter solstice coming into um what we would consider Capricorn energy, right? After winter
Well,
solstice
first
coming,
is was winter solstice come in as Sag,
it is
and that's
coming
why
in
the
as Sag.
images. Whenever you see the images of Sag in December, the trees are barren. It's generally like if it's a tarot card, they're like
Wait,
clutching.
no, I think winter
Is the
solstice,
21st?
no, it's the 21st, right? But I think, is that the ending of Sag?
Mm-hmm. It's the very
Yeah, it's
ending.
the very end of Sag. So it's the end of Sag, the cusp of Capricorn,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So coming into that energy, okay, what you're gonna find is everything that was brewing right about now is just gonna hit the fan, right?
And
Because
Sag is a planet with no moons. It's raw. Ain't no shadows. That's why they so raw. Ain't no moon.
now I want to, and also because you're entering into the orbit of Saturn's energy now too. Saturn deals with law, structure, order,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
White glove and
anything,
everything.
yeah, right. And let me. This will be a good place for me to interject, right? Because I don't know if I probably have not went into details in this. Okay, I came into some wonderful information where I was able to find in my research one of the oldest calendar systems, known to be the most accurate calendar systems.
So
That
interesting.
okay, so interesting. Okay, that calendar system was changed when Christianity really became the forefront of how the world was going to be moving. Okay, so we're talking about that when at the end of the multiple God era, right? At the
Hmm.
end of what do they call that? Evangelism? No, when they went to I can't remember what that's called. What not? I don't want to say colonization because it's not. I don't think whatever they were doing when they were going into different spaces for religion.
Colonization was
Okay,
a part of it. That's
okay,
what the fuck
okay,
they
all right.
did.
So one of the things that would happen is when they took over different places, they will change the calendar systems to match the Catholic system. Okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
now, so you went from the Bulgarian calendar system, we went to I think another system, and then to the Julian calendar system. And we had the Julian calendar system, I think, from Julius Caesar before we came into the Bulgarian calendar system, which is a system that we use now. Okay.
Hmm.
Anyway, long story short, I came into the information that the time or the years were changed, okay, when Christianity became the forefront of how we were moving in the world, okay, globally. So there was 5,500, and I want to say give or take between 5 to 8 years that was removed from the calendar system, okay? So technically, if we were doing the same calendar system, we would be in the year 7530.
Hmm.
Okay. 7530. So this is why a lot of your archaeology finds don't match up. This is why a lot of the datings on history don't matches up because the calendar system was changed. And
Even the
over five,
rocks and even the things that they find. You
yes,
know, the fossils, you go to the Grand
don't,
Canyon
yep,
and you look at the glaciers, the time the
they
Christian
don't line up
calendar
because the
doesn't
calendar
line up.
system was changed.
Hmm.
5,500 and give or take 8 years was removed from the calendar system. Okay. And what I found interesting was because my guide kept on saying, you need to dig, you need to dig, you need to dig. What you know is each year that we're in has a vibration. It has a vibration or a tone and how the collective energy is going to move. Okay.
Hmm.
Although they changed the calendar system, the energy of that calendar system still exists. Okay. And to this day, you can go research it. That calendar system is one of the most accurate calendar system because it uses not just the the 12 months system. It's not just a solar calendar; it's also a lunar calendar, which means it's Mayan, it's as well as I can't remember the other one, Aztec,
Hmm.
right? So all of this information is in the same calendar, okay? And it also includes systems from you can find systems from everywhere in this calendar system, whether it's
Hmm.
Hinduism, Chinese, it doesn't matter. They're all in this particular calendar system.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, the reason why that's important and why you're having a great awakening right now, because um every year has a particular energy, and the energy that we're moving in within that original calendar system is what you would call the line of spirituality that's running through that chart. So there's a line of spirituality that's running through the chart as we're moving through the energy. So you have an aspect of people that's waking up and becoming more spiritual. But in the Gregorian calendar, which is a calendar that we're following now, you see a line of frustration. You see lines of passivity. You see lines of disorder. You don't see a line of spirituality running through those numbers. So they purposely change the numbers on the calendar, and that fucks up your frequency because that calendar system did not just track earthly things, it also tracked the cosmos.
Yeah, the OG, the Mayans, they the OG. So
Yeah. It also
yeah,
tracked the cosmos
yeah,
and the
and they look
energy
to
of
the
the
stars.
cosmos,
Yeah, they
right?
look to the stars.
Exactly.
And the
So
seasons, they follow the earth. They
they
follow,
follow
I
the
mean, they
earth
follow the elements, the
of the
earth, the
earth. Yes.
stars.
So one of the things that I am going to be bringing forth to you guys is what I am going to be calling tic-tac-toe numerology. All right, that is the easiest way for me to explain it to you. It is not called TikTok numerology, so don't try googling TikTok because that's not what it's called. That's just what I'm calling it because of how I'm going to be sharing it. Okay,
How you going to teach it?
how I'm going to teach it
Yeah.
exactly. All
And
right.
just so you know, she had to dumb it down for me because I do Earth and hemisphere. Once you go past that,
I could be a quantum nerd. I
that's
could
your
be a
lady.
quantum nerd.
And
I
she's
have a
going to
whole
have a whole, oh my gosh, she's going to have this whole, basically a university on Patreon because we're
yeah.
going to package up all her offerings because she just knows so much.
Thank you for
And
that.
it's so like highbrow that those offerings will be over on Patreon.
Patreon. I'm so excited to share this because I think a lot of people are not really understanding. That's where we're finding that the time shift is happening because some of us are walking on that line of spirituality, right? And some people are still on that line of chaos and disorder, and it's in the numbers. And which brings me back to something like even like when you go back to like Pythagoras, like the Pythagorean system and stuff, they really were more so on that ancient calendar system than they're on the system that we're on now. The system that we're on now is really about fucking up your body because you're no longer in alignment with the heavens.
Well, it was for
Okay.
control.
Yes.
The Christians what came through the control. The Christians
Yes.
had slaves. The Christians let slaves build their cathedrals. So,
So
Christ is really cool, but
and
the
and
Christians,
and it's really about Christ consciousness, which really more has to do with not a person externally out of you, but a internal you, your Christ energy,
even
how you
from
treat
there to
people.
then, what people
Yeah.
are doing in the name of Christianity is absolutely ridiculous.
What was that
Christ,
card yesterday? Don't lie on God.
that was this
Or this
morning,
morning, don't lie on God. That card said, "Don't
child.
lie on God."
And
Okay.
I had to be like I told you, I was all bruised up from a Bible conversation yesterday. I just, I was like, all right,
And
baby,
that's another thing that you need
if
to be
that's what you
aware of.
need.
People are going to be using their structured religious beliefs as well as their structured um, um,
Indoctrinations.
indoctrination. And I want to be clear because it's not just going to come from religion.
Oh no, it's
It's
come from
gonna
the
come.
government.
It's gonna come from there, but it's also gonna come from the medical field. It's gonna come from science, right?
Oh,
Because
and
we've entered the quasi era. So there's going to be a lot of newfound, and what you're gonna find is math and science, okay, are gonna have to converge. Okay, um, they're going to I'm going to just put this out here, and then it's also going to be in another video where I share my predictions with you guys that I was told. Okay, we're coming into a place now where everything that you knew or that you thought you knew is evolving. I don't even want to say changing, but it's evolving. Okay, everything that you thought you knew is evolving. All right, from the way that you feel about things, from the way that you view things, to the way that you do things, to the way that you see things. Okay, people are coming online now. That is not, and I'm gonna say, go look this up and research it. Science is now telling you that your DNA is being activated. Okay, science is now telling you that you don't get blood pressure from hereditary. Everybody has the blood pressure gene. That's activated through you. That's activated through your stress. That's activated through how you think. It's called epigenetics. Go look this up. Science is telling you that everybody has the gene of a cancer, but what you speak to your body is what happens. Okay. Um, if you think about what they call this, the placebo
the
effect.
placebo effect.
Yeah,
Yes.
that one.
Yep.
Okay,
Placebo.
the
Hmm.
placebo effect. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that we're now in the era where your mind and your spirit are speaking. That's what's controlling things. So whoever's controlling your mind and your spirit, aka your emotions, is going to control the outcome that you're experiencing, right? And this is not new shit. I've been talking about this since 2018. So from 2018, I've been getting you ready because this is where everything that you've been cultivating and everything that you've been doing from since I've been gone for the past 4 years, right? We've been doing our work, right? They use it in clinical trials, yeah, yeah, it's real. So I want you guys to understand that this is happening. You cannot stop it. It's happening. You got to go inner. You got to go inner. Everything is happening inner.
And just don't run from it, because I will say this, everybody hears it, everybody feels it, but a lot of people run from that little voice inside. Like, how many times do people say, I went against my
Hey,
first?
Tanya. Tanya just jumped
Hey,
on.
Tanya girl.
Mhm.
How many people run from that first voice, that little voice inside? Something told me to, and when we go against that, like how animals don't now listen to their instincts. That's how birds know how to
Hello?
migrate, how they know where the water is. Like,
Hello?
we are the only sentient being that won't listen to that thing
Trust
in
that
us.
part of you.
That's our
Yeah.
instincts. That's the God in you. That is your connection to your source.
Mm-hmm.
And so once you really just go ahead, it's okay to acknowledge that voice, do what it say, listen to those red flags. It's okay. And a lot of times we push against the red flags. And that's like a kindness thing. Sometimes we think it's not kind, or we supposed to be patient. No, a red flag ain't green because it's red. Like, run, Forrest, run. Yeah, and you know me, I'm below. Kamoy, like
Mm-hmm.
Kamoya's twisty pin. She gonna do the
I'm gonna
investigation.
try to figure it out.
She
I'm
want
gonna
to
try to
know the
find the
why.
root.
She want to know the why is that person and what's that person. And I'm like, it's a thing over there. I'm out. I'm out like a scout on a new
And
route.
I
She be
want
like,
to dissect
and
it.
she
I
will
want to
call me like,
understand
where you at, girl? I am at home. I'm at the crib. What? Yes.
it.
Like, it was something amiss. I was out. Yeah, I don't play with
I want to say this though because it's important for you to know, and I keep repeating this, right? What's going on? Is Mercury about to go retrograde? I feel like I'm tripping over my words for the past
a
couple of days.
lot of things about to go retrograde. I don't think Mercury is one of them.
Okay.
Neptune is, Saturn is. It's a
Maybe
lot of
I'm
things
having my
about to
own
go.
internal Mercury retrograde going on, my own internal.
But you've been doing a lot today.
Yeah,
This is the second, you back
yeah,
like
I'm
never
back.
before.
I'm
You
back.
back.
I'm back.
So
I
you've
want to
been
say
on
this.
twice, and
I
we've
want
been
to
on
say
for
this
an
because
hour. So
this is important. You're going to be tested by your relationships.
all
The
of them.
people that are in your life on a daily basis are who is here to show you what you need to love, let go, embrace, forgive, say hell no to. I had enough, whatever it is, they're here to show you that, okay? Now, I also want to say this. People are also going to be standing in, I am wrong, but I'm strong with it. There's a lot of self entitled energy out here, okay? So people can see what you do, what they do for you, but they can't see what you do for them. That's happening too, all right? So remember that retro karma that I talked about, right? Everything that you've been investing in other people, everything that you've been giving, everything that you've been kind with, you're going to get that back. The karma don't work one-sided, okay? But you have to know when you are dealing with these relationships that are going to show you things, right? You have to know that everybody has a choice to make. So do you. You have a choice to make whether or not you're going to pop off at the mouth. You have a choice to make whether or not you're going to say, you know what? I know who I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with Cassandra, and Cassandra is she don't really want to hear nothing I gotta say. The only thing Cassandra want to do is prove her point. That's what she want to do is prove her point. So why am I going to give energy to this conversation to get my point across when really all she want to do is get off of her chest what she want to get off her chest? Now you have a choice right there. Are you going to engage with Cassandra? Although you know Cassandra don't want to hear shit you gotta say, she just want to get shit off her chest. Your energy is your currency. Your energy is your currency, right? So if you usually lean into the Cassandras, you may have to lean back, lean back. Lean back,
It's a
okay?
lot of
That's the key.
projection. Like
It's,
what's going on in the world, people can't take it in their body. So some of the things we do is the first thing we do is we got to get on the phone and you got to call somebody and sometimes you just got to sit in it because if you call the wrong person, it don't make it better.
it does
Me and
not.
Kamoy both have examples of that good call that balance you on out when you are about to hit the roof and you in Tasmania devil mode. You need somebody that's gonna balance you out, not
Oh
call
yeah.
somebody that's gonna match your enemy,
Yeah.
match your energy and have you match the energy of your trespasser or your trigger.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't
That
helpful.
that matters. And I told you
That is not helpful.
I got four of them in my life. My mama,
You do
Danielle,
your
who I've known
Scorpio,
for over 20 years.
you
Yeah.
got some solid, yeah, you got
I
solid
do.
energy
And
around you.
so let me tell you, my mom is a Sagittarius, Danielle is
Blunt.
a Leo, okay, and then I got the two Capricorns, Kelly and Tanya. Latanya's in the chat right now. Kelly and Tanya. Them four, okay, and all I'm gonna get is a top friend. They gonna come and tell me, okay. They gonna come and tell me. They will come and tell me, but you need people. Well, what do you normally say? It matters who you call.
It matters
It
because you don't
matters who
want
you
somebody that's
call.
gonna say, "Go get the gun, let's ride out."
Hello, let's yeah. I'm gonna meet you. Go grab yours. I'm gonna go grab mine.
Yeah, you don't want that. You want a
But
higher
can I
vibration.
and without so we're gonna change the dynamics here because I want to give a story, but I'm gonna change the dynamics of the story. Okay. We recently heard about a situation where you had two people that loved each other got into it. And it was over something so petty. Just really petty shit. Okay. But one of the people in the situation does not take accountability for anything that they do. Nothing they do. And as a matter of fact, they just know that they're a princess. That's all they know. They don't take accountability for nothing they do. So this princess then proceeds to call the other cousins, or let's say uncles of the family, right? This other relative. Okay. And without people like Kelly and I, that could have exploded. It could have exploded. Because when she got the phone call, her directions were clear. You need to tell them to stand down, and this is why. This is why. Like she literally went in and explained to them, this is the energy that's happening. This is what's going on, right? And this is how we need to fix it. Okay? So it matters who you call. Because if they did not have a friend like Kelly to pick up and call, and they had a friend that said, okay, come on, we about this life, that could have went down the whole nother road. A whole nother road.
And I'm gonna let them know somebody gonna have a funeral and somebody gonna go to jail.
And that's exactly what she told them.
So
Over
it
somebody in their
never it
feelings.
never go down the way it's supposed to go down. It's just not like you cannot let your emotions take over because
And that's exactly
they're
what
gonna have
she
to pay
did.
the debt. Your emotions gonna have to pay the debt and you're gonna be sitting there looking stupid. I did a 3 card pull. If you want to close it out, I don't know how you want to close it out.
Yeah, I want to say this to you guys, okay? Find your happiness. I explained to you this morning that you are going to have to locate a space where you can find your happiness. I explained to you an exercise that you can do. All you got to do is breathe 6 deep breaths, and you find to remember something that brought you joy, something that made you happy, something that made you laugh, something that made you giggle, okay? And you just focus on that while you breathe. 6 deep breaths, okay? 6 deep breaths. That allows you to break state. Or even if you're engaging with somebody where you're going back and forth with that person, right? And you catch yourself going back and forth with that person, but you know that this is not about resolution. Take 3 deep breaths and change state. Karma is not about somebody getting back something bad. Karma is about cause and effect.
It's
If you
about the
behave
plate you
like this,
serve. It's the
yeah,
plate you
place
eat
you,
from.
yes. That's what
That's your
karma is.
fuel. That's your
That's
food.
it.
That's your
Okay.
blood that's coursing through your vein. What you send out, boomerang.
It's the boomerang effect. And that's the energy that we're moving in. And people are matching that energy. People are out here ready to pop off in that energy, especially because a lot of people are not doing the work they're projecting. A lot of people not taking accountability for their own emotions. And I'm gonna say this right now, okay? And I'm speaking from personal experience. I just learned like a week ago, I don't gotta try so hard no more. I just gotta embrace the fact that I'm an empty nester because my kids, they good. Like if I am no longer on this earth, I set those boys up good. I do not have to worry about anything happening to them. So I'm fitting find me. I'm fitting sit and rest in my happiness. That's where I am, right? And my gift to you is sharing that, right? My gift to you is sharing that. So you can't come over here with me with your sob story because I'm finna ask you, okay, and what's your role in it?
Because
Uh-uh.
one thing we have learned from coaching people that's looking at this, people do not tell the truth when they come for coaching. It's their narrative. So let me say this: it's their truth. But generally, when we get the bigger picture, we'll understand.
Mm-hmm.
It look a whole lot different when you get other perspectives. But when a
Mm-hmm.
person keep coming in, they want sympathy, they want someone on their side, you're not getting the true narrative we've learned from
Mm-hmm.
coaching. How,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Until you let them
oh,
talk a little
well,
while,
oh, you get
then
it, or you go into the
then
element, or you get more people in that circle, from coaching. If they bring someone else in, or someone that we both coach invited me to a like a book signing thing, and I happened to see them move in
I
their
remember you were able to see them in
they
the environment.
yeah, I saw them move in their environment. I was just like, it was wildly off-putting. Like came right home and called you. Like I walked right out. Like
Mm-hmm.
girl, girl,
And I was like, that's why it made sense as to why
girl.
Spirit said this,
Yeah,
and
I
this, you know?
saw it, girl. Like
And
that
he
is
was
not
acting like he didn't even know in
that's
there.
not the energy that they bring into the
Yeah.
situation. When we're coaching them. So you can only fix yourself, and when you don't walk in your truth and whatever that is, and this is truth season, you know it'll manifest in other ways. But we are here. I'm so happy whoever's watching this, thank you for
Thank
joining
you. Thank you so
us.
much for the love. I want to say this one thing before you close it out.
I pulled 3 cards, so I have to
Yeah.
close a message. Let me know if you
Okay.
want me to do that now, if you want to say what you want to say.
I just want to say this, and then we can close up the message, and then we can end it. Truth is subjected to whose truth it is. Your
Listen,
truth may
Linda.
not be somebody else's truth, and you need to understand that. We can both go to the same movie, sit right next to each other, laugh at the same scenes, cry at the same scenes, but walk out with two different, totally perceptions or experiences of that movie. So just know that your truth may not necessarily be somebody else's truth, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. What can you do about that? You just got to pivot. Keep it
Pop your
moving.
column, keep it
Thank you.
moving.
Thank you for that. Duly noted. That's what you say. Duly noted. Duly noted. Because they have the right to live their life and experience life the way they want to. Point blank and period. What's some 3 cards saying? I'm ready for
Okay,
this
sorry,
card. Yeah.
that was me. So we're gonna leave you with their 3 cards with overall energy, just to give you something to ruminate on. Thank you for spending your first evening with us. And the first card is I am kind.
That's a pretty card too.
I am kind. The second card, and I love it, is I act respectfully of others, people, Mars and Scorpio energy. Be respectful of others. Look at that. Be communicative. Have that resolution based conversation. If it's not resolution based, just shelve it. It's never the wrong thing to do nothing at all. Come on, you know I always say that. The third card, I respect the property of others.
Mm. Hmm.
Property could be that your coworker's lunch, you think it's cute to drink the juices or eat your coworker's lunch, or take the last cookie that that somebody else in the household really, really love. Like just, all of this is just like mind your manners, have decorum.
Me
All
eating
of
my son's last chocolate chip cookie and then telling
yes.
me I got into the
And
snack.
all of this is really, to me, all of this is decorum. It's just decorum stuff. Just be kind,
I
respect
go,
others, and respect others' things. And the overall energy under the deck, and this is the lovely cards, is I keep my own counsel.
that means you check yourself. You check in with yourself. You take accountability for your stuff.
You open that third eye and you listen. That's why I said the red them flags. We can't run from them red flags anymore. We have been through enough experience. You, I, the people we know, the people we coach, the people we commune with, know we're not listening to red flags in our inner self. What roads that have led us down. When we've come to forks in the road that didn't go the other direction from the red flags, we know that now. So now we have
Mm-hmm.
an opportunity to move different, even if we don't know what different looks like, right? And the big thing is to take counsel with yourself before you call me, before you call Kamoy. Get it and call us. You can call us, but just sit with yourself. Sometimes I can feel very anxiety, like be like I'll wake up and be like and then the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call Kamoy, and then sometimes I don't get her, right? And when I don't get her, I know
That means you sit
I
with
need to
yourself.
sit with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to sit with this, and by the time I get her or whatever, it'll be more resolved in my body just
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like eek, right
Mm-hmm.
now doesn't mean I can't get a handle of it. But the little girl, and we'll talk about little girl, big girl energy. Sometimes a little girl wants to run out the room and be soothed immediately and not deal. You just want the soothing of
Mm-hmm.
whatever that thing is. But the big girl got to handle everything. So
Mm-hmm.
then when that call doesn't get answered, whatever, I have to take counsel
You
with
have to take
myself.
care of yourself. Become your own best friend.
Yeah.
I want to say this in the respect, be respectful of others, right? What I heard when you say that is let people have it. If they want to be angry and frustrated and mad, they can be angry, frustrated, and mad. You do not have to match that. You
Mhm.
do not have to match that. You don't. You don't have to match that.
If you have a loving, energetic bubble and you
Mm-hmm.
operate a certain way and people don't want to fit into that, it's not a transgression
Mm-hmm.
or a rejection.
No.
It's them being who they are. And I know I lead like I'm a really giving, loving person, especially with the youngest because I'm a girl mom, and I just, I know what I want. I do unto others what I want done to me. Right. So in professional spaces and all these spaces, I was a very little girl. We do not have to tell you about the stories of when I was a little girl helping people, you know. But what I've learned now is you have to be receptive to what
Yeah.
I'm bringing. And if
Yeah.
you're not, it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
It's like I don't take offense to you not, wanting love from me, wanting my advice, not wanting my tutelage, not wanting the benefit of my experience. Any, loving thing I'm trying to give, if it's not, you don't want it, please. That just gives space. That just
For
gives space
somebody
for
else.
somebody that do, because I don't wanna,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I make gold. Like I really have mentor and like all my assistants and my baby girls and all of them, they are wildly fucking successful. I am so proud, of my little tinks of my girls that I like put my eye on and put some energy on that
Mm-hmm.
wanted it. They wanted
Mm-hmm.
it. My LA girls, especially my Los Angeles girl, them my own girls was not playing. And I'm so proud of every last one of them because they are thriving. They are thriving. And all they needed was somebody to be like, come on in here. What you want to be? All right, come on in here.
I always
But
say, I always say, the type of love that I come with, you have to be a willing participant. It's not forced on you. You
yeah,
have to be a
even if
willing
you can't
participant.
reciprocate it in the
Yeah,
same manner,
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah. It cannot be forced on you. I yeah. I
That's just like, okay, boom. A great example of that is my squeaky. I got the squeaky neighbor. She'll never see this, so I can say to my squeaky neighbor, and she's a Scorpio, but I know she loves me at some parts, but she could be so abrasive and like
Mhm.
just is off-putting, for me. And
Mhm.
I'll tell you, like, I
That
ain't
you don't
like
know when it's love and when it's not
I'm
love.
like, I ain't fucking with her. She can stay
Mhm.
in her lane. Like, I don't like to be handled in that manner. Like, I don't care what country she from. I'm from Chicago, and I don't like that. Like, we don't do that. And I ain't talking to her. Literally, like she is socially inept, and like especially after Gas died, and this I
Mhm.
was just like, she is socially inept, and I ain't
Yeah.
fucking with her. But then she called me every day, call me every day, call me every day.
And
Then one
can I just say some of that is in people's charts. They
I
can't help
get it. Like I
it.
know that's
Yeah.
how she is. Cause
And
then she'll call
yeah,
me and say
so
thank
yeah.
you, and I don't know
Yeah.
anyone like you, and you're really
Mhm.
authentically kind. Like you're really. She hits me with the you're really like that, and I say that about
Yeah,
people,
because
but
she
she's
can be
saying
a
it.
little rough on the
Yeah, she could
edges.
be
She
very rough in
can.
the edges that I'll
She
give her
can.
distance, and she notices, and she knows she got to pull me in.
Yeah, she can.
Whenever
Well,
I cut her off, like she pulled me in, like I walked past her house on my grocery cart, and she just snatched us in the house, like we're having wine. And I tried to be stinky, like I'm good, and she's like, and she just took my grocery cart in her house, so I had to like go in the house. I'm like, where you want my groceries? So I'm like, when
yeah.
I'm sitting there and I see what she's trying to do, I'm like, she's just really a
And and
porcupine,
she's
but
working on,
she's
and that
soft
could
on
be
the
her working
inside.
on herself
I'm
too.
sure.
That
I
could
know
be
she loved
her,
me. It's
yeah,
just
that
she
could be her
abrasive.
working on herself.
I
That's
know
her
she
way of
loved me.
saying, I recognize that this,
I know she
yeah.
loved me, but she is mad. She's super. She just,
But
she abrasive.
you seen the flip side of that, because I remember you saying
Of
that you
course.
saw mom and she's
Oh
like very
yes, I know. I know the source.
where exactly.
I know the
Okay.
source.
On that part, we gonna wrap it on up.
Yes, this has been great. Thank you for whomever's watching.
We
Stay
appreciate y'all so
tuned.
much. You appreciate y'all so much. And leave some feedback on y'all like that impromptu video that we did this morning, okay? Because I want to do more of those.
We're
I
gonna
want
do them because we do it anyway, and I've been
we
telling
do.
her
We
for
should
three
just record
years, like we
them.
need to just be live. Because every morning when we having our coffee, we have these groundbreaking ass conversations, and then I'm like, I feel selfish. How many times I'm like, this feels selfish, girl. You should be saying this to people. Like,
Tell them what
thank
I
you.
did this morning.
I'm like, I'm the luckiest lady in the world, but girl, I feel a little selfish. Like, this is kind of lost on the
Oh
audience of one. So I'm just happy that I can yank that ass on here so you
my god.
guys can get a
And
taste.
make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out. We're trying to go ahead and get get back in the algorithm because it's been a minute. So I'm trying to get back in the algorithm, and I love and appreciate each and every
Yeah,
one of
just
you.
share with your friends, and it's going to be
Share
a
with your
lot more
friends.
information more frequently. And thank you for tuning in. And if you have a request, if you have questions about anything we said, we'll be, looking in the comments. Thank you for
And one of
being
the
here,
things that we're
guys.
going to be, one of the things I know I want to be talking about in particular, and it doesn't necessarily need to be on our podcast. I am going to be diving into the narcissist and the empath dynamic, or the narcissist, no, not the narcissist, the empath and the toxic dynamic. Because remember, everything is playing out in your relationship. I just don't want to say narcissist because not everybody's a narcissist. Some
Mm-hmm.
people are just toxic and lower
Mm-hmm.
vibrational, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about, I want to share how you can, like you said, red flags, pay attention to the red flags
Yeah,
and how you can
like
see.
it's you
Yeah.
could, the biggest thing I could say, just the parting, is it's okay to walk away when things feel uncomfortable. We don't have to be more polite to yourself than you are to other
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers when it comes to your energy, your time, your space, and your essence. We as women have an essence.
Mm-hmm.
And in the pursuit, we still have essence. When we give up that essence outside of the pursuit, but in the pursuit, keep that pursuit energy, y'all. Keep that
Mm-hmm.
pursuit
Keep
energy
it up.
because it's the essence that they want.
Dave. So y'all know the deal. We're gonna be back here again tomorrow morning with y'all
That took a
breakdown.
turn.
Okay.
I'm like, that took a
I
turn.
told her this morning, I'm like, girl, we should record this. She was like, you know what? I ain't had my coffee yet. I've been saying this shit for
I said,
three
you know
fucking
what? If we
years.
were standing next to me, I would have the white woman slap you right now because I've been saying this for years. Like I've been trying this every morning when we had coffee. I'm like, this is really. I thank you. I literally 4 out of 5 mornings of the week, I'm like, girl, thank you for this information. I mean, I'm coming away so much wiser. But I really feel like more people need to have this information than me.
I appreciate that. So do something kind for yourself because you should. Do something kind for somebody else too, not because they deserve it, but because you can. Okay, but
But
just
if it's a
but
red flag,
that's what
go the
I was
other
about to put
way.
that disclaimer out there, right?
Go the other way.
The disclaimer is because you can, not because you should. Okay, so if that's not where you want to put your energy, you don't got to put it there. Okay, that don't have to be the person that you give the
Be
kindness to. All
selfish with
right,
yourself,
no,
but be
yeah,
kind.
trust yourself.
Remember the
Right.
cards, be kind. The letter, the
Mm-hmm.
pull. Be kind. Be
Mm-hmm.
respectful of others. Be respectful of others' property. That's interesting that they both came out like that, and I did a good shuffle.
And what
So
I feel on property, I'm just going to tell you guys what I feel on property. What I feel on property is explosive energy. I feel
yeah,
triggered
it's a lot
arguments
of
and being
explosive
very
energy.
immaturity in fucking with people's shit. So that's what I feel. I feel
Yeah,
very immature, petty energy. So pick your battles, choose your battles, and do not allow other people to project. And pay attention to what you're projecting also, because that's important. Okay, I had
and
that
Google it.
experience. Yeah, I had
And
that experience
Google
in
it.
real time
And the
earlier this
people,
year.
like we've used a lot of terms. This literally is the last thing we're gonna say. We use a lot of terms. Your smartphone ain't dumb.
It's
When
very
you get off of here, anything we said that pique your interest or anything, go do a deep dive because that's how
mm-hmm,
I ended up here talking to
mm-hmm,
you tonight. I'm an
mm-hmm.
enthusiast of things that pique my interest, and I have done deep dives for years. And I'm a constant study every day. So anything we said, make your smartphone ain't dumb.
Mm-hmm. It's
Use
not.
your smartphone.
Yeah, we love you guys. The Tanya, I love you. And the
Tanya,
fact that
later. Love
yeah, the
you.
fact that Tanya don't put in the track means she's still up. So I'm gonna have to
Ew.
circle back with Tanya because I had to jump off the phone with Tanya to with Latanya to jump on the live. So I'm gonna have to call her back. All right. We love
Bye,
each and
y'all.
every one of you. Bye. And we're gonna go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Bye, my loves. Oh, don't forget to go to our channel, okay?
I love you,
In
Tanya.
Jetic Compass. Okay, that's the title. You want to go ahead and
Put it in the
subscribe.
thing. I don't know
I
how to
can't
do that.
even. No, it doesn't let me do that. That's what I'm telling you. I can't really see the chat thingy.
We'll be back, y'all.
It's in the
Close it out.
description.
We'll
Just
be
click the
back.
description and subscribe, y'all. Okay, we love y'all. Bye, my loves.
Bye.